Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Ero Ps F4 with your host, as always, Liam Cross. This is going to be a sprint weekend today at the glorious Silverstone circuit. It's looking very nice indeed today. Not quite so much in real life. Down in Portsmouth, it has been a horrible day. Winds of 43 kilometres per hour, 30 miles per hour. It's not been fun. I've not really been enjoying it. I have to say so myself. But we're here. We're going to watch 13 drivers, 14 rather, because Ennis has disobeyed my orders. Oh, he's actually qualifying. Okay, this is interesting. However, 14, hopefully 15, maybe even 16. We're getting more and more people. Not the greatest attendance, I have to say. And as I'm commentating alone today, it's going to be a little bit stressful, to say the least. Sorry, when I say stressful, I actually mean the opposite. I mean boring. Hopefully it isn't boring. I know these are talented drivers. They can put on a show for me today. And I will be judging them if they don't put on a show. And I will also be judging them if they crash with each other, because there is no one to crash with. So you can see the dilemma already appearing. I've not been paying much attention to these opening laps. I'm very sorry. But we do have someone else in the lobby. It's going to be called Sully. I don't know your username, my friend. Jay Sully. He's in the lobby already. Wow. That's impressive. What car is he in? He's in the Mercedes. That's good because Dan Dow is sick. Dan Dow being sick is not good. Um, just for any doubters, as we got a Red Bull of Ero Blackwolf, who DNF'd in F5 in the gravel. Mark Nagel not happy with his lap. Next up is going to be absolutely no one. Who is that? Boyman coming across the line. What's it going to be? The first time of the session. It's a 128.9. Adrian Gorecki at 129.1. So quite a close lap time there, but not quite getting into the podium positions. Hey Bashi and Jack Bailey with a 130.8. Setting a banker. Um, I'm not doing great, to be honest. I woke up at 3 a.m. after 2 hours of sleep. I had a cider at 7 a.m. Haven't really eaten much. I've got another cider to my left. My laptop's here, and I'm commentating for 2 hours. So to answer your question, no, I'm doing terribly. As Sham Hansen is doing a little bit worse than me, apparently, with a 137.5. He thought he couldn't race today, but here he is on the grid. He lied to me. Wow, I'm going to have to chat so much randomness. So much. I'm going to be a loose cannon. I do want to kiss, as it happens. That would really make my day. I feel sick. Lee Webb wants another invite to the session. He's in. Hopefully he gets to stay in the session this time. Lobby not looking great. And Enis Safari has broken Ramadan today, so he can drive with us, so how nice of him. I'm not sure what happened to his Sunday or his Friday roast dinner, but clearly it's not going inside him. Barry Krieger with 129 flat. He said he joined through qualifying, but it took him so long to get ready that he joined before qualifying. At 129 flat, you'd expect him to be the favourite today. As usual, a very, very, very fast driver. Jack Bailey goes for a 129.1 banker, serving him well. Putting him very high up as real DC at 128.2, wiping clear the competition. Absolute domination there. Crack shot starting a lap now. Ennis. Or Sully. No, Ennis. Sully also DNFing from F5. Really unfortunate for him. He was leading the race, so he proves he does have the pace. Just does he have the consistency? We are yet to find out. Ero Ps F5. Yeah, only Sully and Blackwolf are gone. If I'm distracted at any point, it's probably because I'm desperately waiting on F5 to finish so I can steal their drivers. Dad, 17 people in the session. This is a little bit better. Not great, but we're getting their numbers wise. It's a stressful old time, but we're making some moves as Ennis sets at 154.3. Ought to be ashamed of himself. Terrible that time. Woeful. Absolutely woeful. Lee Webb should be in the session now. That's Ennis sets, or tries to set a proper lap time. Not sure if he'll be able to do so. We have 2 Ero drivers here today. Oh, 3 actually, my apologies. I forgot about Black Wolf, Daniel Skrilak, one of the admins, of course. But we also got Ero Crackshot, a new guy to the league and a new guy to, I assume, league racing. Embracing us with open arms. It's lovely. And then Ero NS, of course. One of our engineers, and Cameron Don started speaking on the F5 chat. Goodbye. What's the lap time going to be for Ennis coming around the final set of corners? I will do a little track guide with you shortly. Not using much ERS though, and it's going to be a 128.7, a very nice lap time. Ero Crackshot, apologies, I did not see his lap time on 128.4. As Barry Kruger goes P4 128.7. Jay Sully also 128.7. These lap times are looking formidable indeed. Did I miss anyone else's lap time? Matsunaga with 129 flat. No, not yet. The lap time is rapidly improving. So we're going to go on board with someone here. Is that Crackshot in the final sector? No, it's not. Is it going to be Lee Webb? Yes, it is. We're going to do a track guide with Lee Webb, an F5 veteran, the oldest man in ERA. The only man with a kid, also in ERA. Truly impressive stuff. But he's starting his lap in Silverstone, coming up to the first significant piece of track, the Hamilton Straight, start-finish straight, going into Abbey and Farm now, a very quick right and left-hander, slowing the car down now for Village, swinging it around, need to get a good exit out of the loop, on preparation for Aintree and the Wellington Straight. It's going to shift up all of the gears now, deploy the DRS, coming up to one of the many iconic corners of the circuit. Brooklands and Luffield, a very long right-hander indeed. Can take it many ways. Lee Webb opting to go with a tight line out onto Woodcote now, and the original start-finish straight before 2011, I want to say. Swinging the car around, Cops, very easy to go wide here. Lee Webb keeping it on track. Track limits will be investigated for those corners, and coming into Maggot and Beckett's, one of the best corners in or section of corners in Formula 1, I must say. Getting a great exit out onto Chapel and the Hangar Straight now. The final straight of the circuit, coming up to Stowe. Cops like, also very easy to go wide here, gets it done, lovely stuff. Slowing it down now for Foul Corner. And I believe Club, good traction on exit, coming across the line now. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 128.3. Lee Webb, I didn't know you could do that. That is fantastic from Lee Webb, putting him onto the first row of the grid, but not quite pole position. It was a really good lap from him. No, slowing the car down as expected, using all of the ERS. We've got Hampton at 128.357, only 4 thousandths faster than Lee Webb, but still gains the position. After all, this is qualifying. Who is next on a lap? It's going to be Boyman, I think. Actually, no, it's not. What about Jack Bailey? Yep, Jack Bailey is using the ERS, flying around Pops. He's going for it. Stevie the TV sets the fastest lap in F5. In P3, looking for a move on Pasty and Free. So Jack Bailey is looking for a move on the exit of Chapel. He's doing quite good indeed. Is he up on his time? I didn't get to see the delta. My apologies. We've got 3 people watching. Let's make that 30. 30 likes and I'll do the Ice Hockey Challenge, guys. We know how this works. A great exit into Foul. And Club keeping it tight. What's it going to be for Jack Bailey? A P2 128.342. These lap times are improving rapidly. This looks like a very, very tight and interesting field. Next up is going to be Ero Crackshot, but I believe this is his formation or his outlap, and I am unfortunately proven correct. Crackshot losing a little bit of time there in Abbey, which is a surprisingly tough corner. If you don't take it incredibly tight, you lose so much momentum going in farm. You know, you're forced to turn a tighter line, I suppose, and keep on the outside for village. So very easy to lose time there and not realise it because it feels quick. Because, you know, you're flat out. It feels like a straight, but it's not a straight. It's a turn. I think this also is probably the only circuit I can think of in which every straight has a name and that people remember the straight names. I'm trying to think of what other straights there are. There's the Belgium straight, but I can't remember what the name of that is. And there's the Minstrel straight. But outside of that, I can't remember, as Crackshot goes 1 tenth faster than the 128.4 he's already set. Can he gain another tenth in this final sector to put himself in pole position? It's going to be tough. Real DC setting up a mid-level lap time, and Real DC has one more left in him. That's important to note, and he starts his outlap now. Crackshot across the line. Can he go pole? Yes, he can. A 128.172. Nearly a tenth quicker than Real DC, proving his metal. But is Crackshot going to have enough time to set a final lap time? Will he set a final lap time? Maybe he's happy with what he said already. He's confident this will be pole position. I'm not so sure, but dare to be bold, dare to dream. Ennis coming up to the final set of corners. Free foul, keeping a tight line. Now coming up to Club. Ennis great on the traction. I believe he's using no traction. 128.258, only 100th behind Real DC. These lap times are getting super quick as Mark Sinagel 128.3, and this is like a very competitive qualifying session if I might say so myself. Daniel Skrelak coming into the pit lane. Hopefully he has another set of the soft compound retire, otherwise he may be screwed here. Starting from P14. And we have someone new ready to join. It's Elliot Parker. He didn't get any penalties last time out in Baku, and he set us the lobby, so I'm very thankful for him. It's FXN, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh dear. Any improvements? I'm not seeing anything yet. People are waiting, unsurprisingly, for final set of corners. But Fifcio is going on a flying lap. Real DC is a bit more interesting to watch though. Contending for pole position. He's been a rapid driver since joining F4, and he made 200 quid today on commission. So if you want a salesman, the Real DC is your guy. I think that's fair to say. Not Daniel Cormier, not Donald Cerrone, but Daniel Collier. You need to remember the name. And Real DC might be remembering this lap time here because it's going to possibly put him on pole position for the Silverstone F4 Grand Prix. 5 tenths up on the lap time here. It's looking very likely that DC is going to snag pole position unless he invalidates this lap. What's it going to be? There's only 2 more opportunities for him to invalidate. Fifcio also coming across the line. Where does Fifcio go? Doesn't set a lap time. I think Fifcio may have ruined his lap and is possibly behind DC Neon. But what's CC lap time going to be? A 127.868, 3 tenths ahead of the competition. Crackshot can't improve. I don't know if anyone can improve with a lap time like that. Stamp Hansen's going to give it a try though. But but it's going to be tight as Ennis also retires in the pit lane. I believe he's in the pit. Yeah, he's in the pit lane. Ennis can't improve. Who is next sub lap? It's going to be Ruminek. 50 into the pit lane. Yeah, he abandoned his lap. I don't know what quite happened. It's understandable if the lap's not there. The lap's not there. There's no point ruining the tyres for no gain. Boyman coming across the line, set a lap. No, not quite. What about Sully? Sully starting his lap. There's an Alpha Tauri now of Barry Kruger. Where is Barry? Over there. We've got Daniel Skrulak setting lap time now. Jack Bailey, I believe, is also starting his lap. So actually, Ruminek is going to be the first person from this gaggle of cars to finish their lap. Can he oust Real DC from pole position? He needs to find 6/10. It's going to be tight. I don't think he has it, but we're going to see what's the time going to be. P2, a 128 flat, but a 10th and a half off of Real DC's time. What a phenomenal lap from Real DC. Next up is going to be the Alpine of Kiziek. Very, very, very fast driver indeed. He is currently, just to remind you, P3 in the championship. Consistency always pays off. Max Nagel enters qualifying session. P6 is the best he can do. Kiziek going very, very wide, and he may have to abort this lap time. What a shame. Don't know if he was improving. But that final corner, it was either an invalidation or slowing down, and I think both hurt him quite badly. What's it going to be? Does he improve? No. He does improve, but he stays P10. Next up is going to be Boyman with Wenger. What's the lap time for Boyman? He's invalidated, but it would have been a 128.5. Would have put him P9. Next up, Jay Sunny goes P9 with a 128.3. And now Barry Kruger, he's 7 tenths up in his time. Can he set a pole position up time? Oh, it's so close. It's a 127.9, but he just can't improve by half a tenth. For Forever Rapid, I believe we have a good battle on our hands here. What about Lee Webb? Can he shake up the party? No, he can't. He goes P4 with 128.1, but he's not shaking up the front runners particularly too much. I have no idea who's going next, who improved. I don't know. It's Elliot Parker, but he's not going to be able to settle that time. And yeah, that is qualifying in Britain. Barry Kruger has left the session, so I'm going to have to invite him quickly. And Elliot Parker needs to retire from the session, or he may receive a penalty. Where are you? What's going on here? What am I trying to do? Barry Kruger, of course. Real DC sticks it on pole, but it was tight for the sprint and the main race. I believe we really do have a fixture of greatness on our hands. And with people turning up, it's very nice to see. Barry Kruger's game has crashed with joining him back. We're inviting him back now. Let's see what happens. Tommy Frabel, Stevie, Hamster. Frabel, Stevie, Hamster, Freeze, Trunk. But that is qualifying in Britain. Real DC takes pole position, followed by Barry Kruger, Ruminek in the podium slots with Lee Webb rounding out the second row of the grid. Crackshot and Ennis round out the third row of the grid, with Jack Bailey and Mark Stunagel behind, and Champ Hansen and James Sullivan rounding up the points paying positions. Kiziek comes out P11 with Boyman following both behind in a Polish 7th row of Adrian Gurkin, Black Wolf with 50 and Elliot Parker rounding out the grid for qualifying. There's potential for more drivers to join this session. No formation lap, so we will be getting underway quite quickly. 5 lights, and away we go for the Sprint Grand Prix. Who's went bold? We're never going to know until I turn his eyes on Lee Webb with a drive-through penalty immediately. That's a terrible start to the session for him. And Barry Kruger has absolutely flown away with things, and I believe this lobby's got desync written all over it. That's inhuman, that start. That can't have been right. We got a crash in the back of the field. It's Boyman and James Sully. It's so unfortunate for them. And what has gone on with Barry Kruger's start? The AI are only on 70. I'm very confused. Okay, either way, we're gonna keep going. Barry Kruger from P2 on the grid up to P1. There's a bit of a battle in the back of the field. Adrian Goricki getting past Fifcio. Marks and Argyle making not easy work actually. Blackwolf getting quite a few positions. Going up into P8. We're going to get to see who is on what tyre now when I find it. Everyone is on the medium compounder tyres. No one went bold on the soft, and I have to say around Silverstone I agree with that logic. This is not the right track to be bold. I've got plenty of punches trying to do the exact same thing, so it makes a lot of sense. Oh my god, that looked like the Red Bull was going insane. Let's hide the HUD for a little bit. Let's not hide the HUD. Lee Webb straight into the pit lane. Intelligent stuff. And we've got a spinner in the back of the field. It's Elliot Parker going, just losing control of the car ever so slightly. Barry Kruger setting pole, setting the fastest lap. I don't believe he's in the session still. Or when there's a little bit of lag, I do believe desync may be involved a little bit. He's going slowly now, and he's bouncing. I'm super confused. Oh wow, this internet's looking dodgy. This is not looking good here. Where's Real DC gone? Real DC lost the car. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've clearly missed something really important now. I hope that isn't anything to do with Barry Kruger. But Real DC was leading this race, and now all of a sudden he finds himself P12 behind the likes of Fifcio, Kiziak and Adrian Gorecki, who's got a Polish top half sandwich. Mark gets overtaken by Ennis, and Blackwolf up to P6. I feel like it doesn't feel like I'm watching the same race you're watching, to be honest. It does definitely feel like I'm watching a different race. As Fabrizio Troncoso joins the lobby. He was P5 in Ero F5. Happy to see him on the grid today in F4. Barry Kruger's internet, I really don't know what's going on here. This is an internet warning screaming out at me. Yeah, this is, you're not going to find more obvious internet warnings, I don't think. And the start will definitely be reported, because if Lee Webb got a drive through, I have a feeling that Lee Webb positioned behind Barry Kruger, maybe. Oh, there's been a spin. Blackwolf had a little bit of a collision with Marks and Argyle. I'm not entirely sure why. The collision didn't look really that damaging. But Blackwolf, his front tyres clipped by Marks' rear tyres and causing a spin that's put him down to P13. Fortunately, this is only the sprint round though, so shouldn't be too worried about that. Barry Kruger's still leading this race, so I just don't think Crackshaw can possibly overtake him. Just on board with Ennis shortly. We've got 10 people watching the stream. I don't know why, but thank you for joining. In is with a spinner, it's Champ Hansen. Oh dear. Ooh, nearly unsafe, just about saving that. down to P11. It's unfortunately becoming a little bit of a habit of Hansen's. And well, outside of Trunk, no one wanted to commentate this. We've got another spinner, and it's Champ Hansen once again. I think it may be an issue of tyre pressures here. It's one spin after another. It happened in Kota as well. Good pace on the laps, didn't spin. But for Hansen, it was just hard to keep it up there. And this internet is atrocious. Yeah, that internet is horrible. As Champ Hansen, that's Elliot Parker through at the back of the field. I'm not sure what Crackshot can do. Yeah, going to yellow flag. It's Hansen once again. These tyres are roasting. Hansen falls to the back of the pack. I believe Lee Webb is in the session now. Yeah, he should be in the session, yeah. But I want to see what's happening here, because it just looks impossible. It's Adrian Gorecki going around the inside of Mark Sinardwell, makes a move stick. Ennis also making a move stick at some point. But he's into the pit lane. And that is because the tyre is hitting a 1940, and Ennis has to have his Friday race at some point. I expect him to retire from the session yet. Thank you, Ennis. God bless your soul. As Fifth Joe's doing some epic donuts. Epic donuts, unfortunately, not gaining many positions. But yeah, that was great to see. Well, he's still doing them. Oh no, that's Hansen. My bad. Sorry, Hansen. I'm interested to see if Crackshot can make an overtake stick. Because it looks impossible, but you never know. There's been worse cases of lagging, what I've seen. Hansen retires in the pit lane. And hopefully he realises that there is a main race. But if you're listening, Hansen, I'd just check your tyre pressures. Because you're very fast, but you spin a lot. And I've got a feeling your tyre pressures may be elevated as Crackshot gets a 3-second time penalty. It's going to hurt his chances, and yeah, no, you can't overtake that, can you? Crackshot is, Barricade is simultaneously defending rough and not defending at all. This is, yeah, no, sorry, Parry. Yeah, it's being manipulated. I don't know why I gave Lewis Hamilton a sort of like Hungarian accent. My apologies. We're going to get a flag at the front of the field, but I believe it's Hansen retiring the car. Yes, it is. And Barry, what is... Okay. This can't go on. And Elliot Parker gets a 3-second time penalty. Going to get the flag at the back of the field. It's 50 once again. I can't remember what Anthony Joshua said. I've got to do it twice. I mean, he has done donuts twice. And now there's another episode of Can Crackshot overtake the floating car. I'm not entirely sure he's even close enough this time. No, he isn't. But with the 3-second time penalty, it wouldn't mean much anyway. You can report it, but it will still have an effect for the main race. As Barry Kruger goes wide, does he go wide? I don't know. I don't know if he went wide. I have absolutely no idea. He didn't lose speed, so I'm guessing he took the perfect line, but no one got to see that. All we saw was, this is awful. Yeah, I have a feeling that Barry, there's a possibility that Barry isn't allowed to do the main race if his internet is just this bad. As we got a retirement from the session, it's James Sully into the wall. It's so unfortunate, but it's a little bit too late for the safety car to come out, so Sully's going to have to start this Grand Prix from P14. It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate for him, but thank you for reserving. Oh, we got a little bit of a battle going on here between Real DC and Gary BGC. I really hope DC wasn't taken out again. If he was, yeah, I'll be disappointed. We've got 12 people watching. Give me a message in the chat if you're watching. It'd be great to see you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the link in the description below if you want to join the Ero server, the Ero Discord server. To chat to the drivers, you get to race, you get to commentate. Bash, you don't get to talk to Bashy though, because Bashy's probably been banned by the time you join. But yeah, it's not very nice there. Real DC looking for a bit of a switchback on Gary. Can he get the run into foul? Is he going to send it? No, not quite. He thinks better of it, but he is going to have to get a move on. Because if he can't overtake now, is he going to be able to overtake in the race? It's going to be tight. Crack shot very close to the back of Barry Kruger, and with only 2 laps to go, he's going to have to send it at some point. The battle for crack shot really is more Jack Bailey, I'd have to say. Kiziak is just far enough behind, so that's not going to work. DC and Gary going side by side. DC making the move work around the outside of the loop. That is a beautiful overtake. One you probably shouldn't be making, but really good stuff there. Lovely to see. And DC is being released. He has 2 laps and 2 seconds to catch Kiziak. I think it's going to be a little bit too much to handle, but you never know. DC has been phenomenal as of late. We're going to see what happens. As Crackshot is so close to the back of Barry Kruger, but he simply can't get a run on Barry because Barry has about 4 different identities. He's identifying as defending and racing. I don't understand this, and I really don't like where this analogy is going. Yeah, Crackshot simply can't do anything here, can he? Yeah, no, this is not good. Bit of a weird analogy, that. Dillian White wants the word. But we are on the final lap of this sprint race. We only got 26 laps after this. Hooray! But Crackshot very, very close to the back of Barry Kruger. Rominski as well. Maybe not close enough to get an overtake done on Barry, but he can definitely secure a P3 here. Jack Bailey with some good pace as well. He's not in the pack, but he's not losing time, even with the lack of DRS. And I am going to show ERS because Bashy has asked so nicely. Show ERS. Show nice, I will show it. Jack Bailey is flashing. Barry Kruger, not so much here, but he's, yeah, no, I don't know what's going on again. Crackshot using all of his ERS. Is he going to go for the move? I highly doubt so. Barry Kruger is going to come across the line in dubious circumstances to win the British Sprint of Ero Ps F4. Crackshot will come across the line P2, but I believe he's going to sink down to P4. If Jack can just keep up, yes, ever so slightly, he just manages to keep P4. Kiziak coming across the line P5 of Real DC, only gaining half a tenth in the final 2 laps, finishing P6. Adrian Gorecki comes across the line P7 with Mark rounding out the final points paying position for the sprint. A P8. Boyman, Blackwolf, Lee Webb, Elliot Parker and Fifcio rounding out the positions. And Fabrizio will be starting from P17. I'm excited to see what's in store for us today. Barry Kruger gets 8 points. Kiziak got 4 points. Yep, so I can count sometimes. 7 for Rominski, 6 for Bailey, no for Morgonius because he's not here. Bad leak, unfortunately, leaving us, by the way. That's Janowski, a little development. UP7, UB now in PCF3. Crackshot finishing with a grand total of 5 points. who am I missing? No, DC. Yeah, DC gets 3. Then Adrian Gurecki gets 2. And Mark Stenagel, who I've definitely crossed, yep, gets 1. So points paying positions I've been tallied out for the sprint round. Has anyone increased position? I don't believe so, to be honest. No. Oh, actually, Crackshot has overtaken Janowski and puts in 5 points in between him and Ennis. Ennis will need to join pretty quickly. And the lobby is crossplay, which is really annoying because but that is it for the sprint. 26 laps of the main race now awaiting us. An expected medium hard or hard medium strategy. Real DC with a little bit of catching up to do, spinning because of the lag from Barry Kruger, so this is really unfortunate if the lag continues. And I've just been alerted that at the end of this race there will be a little bit of rain, but we've got 5 lights. Out and away we go for Ero Ps F4, the Silverstone Grand Prix, the 9th round of the season. Barry Kruger with a very good start. Rumanek up into P2. He already started P2. Jack Bailey and Crackshot going side by side. Is there action in the back of the field? Of course there is. Who is it losing the car? It doesn't actually appear to be anyone. Fabrizio playing it very, very safe. Got a spinner though, unfortunately, it's Elliot Parker. Just not his day. And Champ Hansen, those two are not going to be enjoying themselves too much. We've got someone falling down the back of the field. It's Jack Bailey. It may have been in contact there with Crackshaw. It's a bit of a weird place to spin. That's really unfortunate for the Ferrari driver. Fabrizio playing it very safely. As we have another spinner. It's Mark Stenagel this time. And it looks like I should have my work cut out, don't I? Oh, it's not fabulous. That is not fabulous at all. Rominski on the back of Barry Kruger, whose internet looks a little bit better actually. Yeah, it actually looks better. Okay, that's good to see. Boyman being overtaken by Real DC, and there's contact. Boyman going for a little bit of a spin, that baby reported. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I'm going to show the tyres now. Barry Kruger on the mediums, followed by Crackshot, Kiziak, Blackwolf, and Lee Webb. Also Fabrizio down at the back. Champ Hansen starting on the softs. Obviously wanted to start with a bit of a bang. That's not going to happen. Everyone else on the hard compound of tyre. Who are you race engineering? Oh, you're race engineering Ennis, obviously. My apologies. Barry Kruger not quite getting the launch he would have wanted. Rumanek very, very close. And Rumanek seems like a man possessed after the first quarter of this championship. He has been relentless, and it looks like he's going to get a very good points paying position here again today. Jack Bailey at the back of the field. Hopefully will recover the car at some point. Got an overtake for P7. Lee Webb making the move on Blackwolf. Blackwolf found it a little bit wide. But Gary makes it stick. We've got another yellow flag, and this time it's for Blackwolf once again, actually losing control of the car. I don't think there was contact involved, just lost it on traction. It's really unfortunate nevertheless. Back to the front of the field. Road GC already up to P4, but now it's a waiting game. Well, not a waiting game, it's a game of patience. Having to catch up to the front pack. It's doable, but can DC do it? That's a different question. Now that sounded so insulting. I did not mean that to be so mean. I meant it's like a completely different vibe. We've got a spinner in the back of the field and it's Champ Hansen, and once again I hope he doesn't have rear damage for the second time now. That is the type of place where you'd spin if you had rear damage. Lee Webb going for a move on Adrian Garucki. Adrian Garucki leaving a lot of space, an ultimate gentleman, going side by side into the foul corner. But Gary keeps the position for now. Battling a very, very good battle. Barry Kruger now pulling away from Rumenek. As Hansen gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. Retiring from the session, I have a feeling that was rear wing damage. Once again, that's really unfortunate for the man who got a podium in his last race. Yep, if you didn't catch it, the Stewards' decisions gave Real DC a 5-second penalty for crossing the pit lane. DC did not opt to report an incident with Hansen, so Hansen somehow got a podium, but he's not going to get a podium today. He's not going to get a point today. Really unfortunate for the Norwegian. Barry Kruger is now out of DRS range of Rumenek. It's going to make Real DC shot very hard. It's going to push enough victory maybe on the cards. But then we said that last week in Baku. And what happened? Barry Kruger miles out in the lead and he spins. He loses the front tyre at turn 3 of Baku. And all of a sudden, the guaranteed 27 points become a guaranteed 0 points. And there's been an overtake somewhere, I don't actually know where, which I think it's James Tully and Fabrizio Troncoso. Troncoso making the move stick. Now there's a nice little train forming. DC at the front of it, Kiziak in the medium compound behind. Very close, but not able to make the overtake as of yet. And then Lee Webb trying to catch up on his set of mediums. Enish just behind after having his roast dinner. And Barry is actually falling back into the clutches of Crackshot. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I'm guessing he made a mistake at some point. He was going a little bit slowly. Can Crackshot get the DRS and work his way back up? He made the overtake on Rumenek. That's what happened. Okay, I see. And if I can go for a move on Mark Stenagel. Ooh, it's looking a little bit tight. A little bit tight. So Parker can't make the move stick. Looks like he's going to go for another move into Cops though. It's going to be tight. Yeah, he pulls out of it, thankfully. And then, okay, well that's a penalty, isn't it? That just is a penalty. We've got a spinner, and it's Real DC. No! Real DC was P4, now P11. I almost have to hope that was a spin on his own tuition, otherwise my work as a student again cut out. I'm so sorry for being tired. I only got 2 hours of sleep. And I only didn't sleep for 40 hours before that, so I think it's understandable that I might be a little bit tired. Barry Kruger. His lead diminished. Crackshot pushing. And these two look like they're going to go for a scrap once again. Rumenek in the shadows. I think the podium may already be confirmed. These three are just, as they say in some parts of London, it's different gravy. These three are different gravy. Kiziak is just gravy, but these guys, oh my god. Oh, I'm tired. If anyone wants to complain, they can take over. Real DC with a 3-second time penalty. That is not going to help his race winning chances here. Cutting another corner. I think that might have been another cut. And this race has just been disastrous from DC. He knows he has the pace. He was on pole position. And by a fair margin as Ero Blackworth gets a time penalty. And Crackshot as well. I must have missed it. Also with his own time penalty. This is looking very, very feisty. 3 second time penalty. The winners from the start of this race is going to be Shawnee, Ennis and Lee Webb, making up 6 and 9 positions. Fabrizio as well into the top 10 after starting P17. Very good overtakes by them. When you get a flag in sector 1, who is it for? I'm not entirely sure. Trying to work that out now. It may be for Boyman. I'm not sure. DC overtake or catching up to Sully rather. My apologies. I think it was Adrian Garucki down into P11 now. I think that was the mistake. But a good recovery. There's an overtake for the leader of this race. Crack shot to the outside of Barry, but he's not going to make the move stick until we... Well, okay, well, this overtake obviously can't happen. Crackshot having to have bought the move after going incredibly wide, but this shows Barry Kruger is vulnerable. And we are battling to the end of the race. Crackshot and Barry Kruger on the same strategy of tyres. Kiziek making a little bit of a mistake. Lee Webb getting the overtake done on the mediums, and another good points paying position for Lee Webb is on the cards. If you remember in Baku, he got P4 after shooting. Decisions nearly a podium. I'm so tired. Well, as James Hunt would do, I'm going to open up a can of alcohol. As James Hunt would do, I'm going to open up a can of alcohol. Because that is how you get through a race. I'm not going to insult anyone. I do that enough, really. I do that without alcohol. Make a hobby out of it, really. But look at the gap between the top 3. This kind of reminds me of CRL Season 7 Silverstone, where I was on the mediums, Marty and Leo were on the hards. And we just ran away from the rest of the pack. But is Crackshot going to go for a dive into Stowe? No, he thinks better about it. But is he going to get a run on foul? No, he definitely doesn't. Ruminek, very, very good pace here. Ruminek must be very happy with himself. We've got an overtake in the middle of the pack. It's suddenly being overtaken by Real DC. Elliot Parker into the wall. That could be a safety car. No, he recovers the car, but I'll be surprised if there isn't damage. There isn't damage. Okay, fair. It's a big old clatter with the wall, but no damage up. That makes sense. But yeah, if you're Ruminek, you have to think now that you're in a golden position here. The medium runners aren't breaking away from you. You're going to pit, yeah, a few laps after them, but you're on the medium compound tyres. You should be able to overtake and then be fine. Only thing I would say is that if I'm Ruminsky, I'm going to pit when the medium runners pit. You need to seize the opportunity as soon as it comes to break away. He has a good pace, but how much of that is DRS dependent, we don't know. But fortunately, he has a 6.5 second buffer to the car behind. So he can play it, the risks get a lot safer in this circumstances. Mark and Jack make a little bit of contact. Mark having to pull out of an overtake or a defensive manoeuvre. Not Jack's fault. Mark just a little bit of a tap. Crackshot going for another move to the inside of Stowe. He's going to have the move done before the corner, but is Barry going to go for a switch back? I imagine he will. Actually, no, he thinks better of it. Oh, no, he's using the ERS to the inside of foul. It's going to be a little bit of a dive bomb contact nearly happening. Oh, he's lost control of the car ever so slightly, and Ruminek into P2, Barry Kruger, losing the position. We have a yellow flag for Fifchio. He's gone wide, and that was quite dangerous. Yeah, that was dangerous. That bit wasn't dangerous. There's nothing you could do there, but the rest of it was dangerous. Real DC breaking away from James Sully, catching up to Fabrizio Troncoso. It's quite startling. That Fabrizio. Last season he was in F3 and he was last every race, but he cracked on. He really did crack on. This season we put him in F5 and he wins the race in his home Grand Prix. And now he's in F4 and he's defending from a CRL22 runner-up. Someone who beat me last season. This is impressive stuff, and Ruminski is looking for the overtake with the DRS on similar levels of ERS for the front three. Ruminski to the inside, and he's going to get this move done long before the corner. Unless Crackshot is brave with it into foul. We saw Kruger do it. Is Crackshot going to do it? Let's see. What a terrible camera angle. No, he doesn't. Ruminski now into the lead of this race as DC makes the overtake on Fabrizio Troncoso with the DRS on the hanger straight. And Adrian Goricki makes an overtake on Sully, who I suspect may have some damage. Doesn't look like it, but it could be a possibility. DC though has to break away from Fabrizio Troncoso. Catching up to NSC's 4.5 seconds behind a man on the mission, but he has a 3-second time penalty to make that 7.5 seconds. So it's a struggle. It is a struggle. And when you look at the gap to the leader, he is 13.5 seconds behind with a penalty. Make that 16.5 seconds. It is going to be very tight. However, I have a hunch the DC can still salvage a really good result from this evening's affairs. Weaving a little bit, but Crackshot simply doesn't have the pace. Has his medium tyres already run out of road? It's going to be interesting to see. Boyman picking up a 3-second time penalty from P13, and Crackshot is the first driver into the pit lane to go onto the hard compound tyres. I think maybe a little bit too early. I'm not entirely sure, but that will hopefully save Ruminski as well, because he has broken the DRS to Barry Kruger. Martin Nagel being overtaken by Boyman on the hanger straight. Lovely, lovely work. We're going to see just how long this pit lane is. Crackshot was about 13 seconds ahead of DC. He's already been overtaken and he's only just got into the pit lane. He may come out behind. He may come out behind fifth show, in fact. He's going to have a lot of work to do on these hard compounder tyres. I think he's actually going to come out behind Black Wolf as well, which is shocking. Really, really shocking. But Crackshot now, some open road, people that may also be pitting. Hopefully this isn't going to hold him up too much and ruin the championship battle. Or no, not championship battle, but ruin this battle for the win. Crackshot, the other man, to receive a penalty for crossing the pit lane. What line is Elliot Parker gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I have a feeling that's going to be the end of his race, unless he commits to it, which is commendable. Ruminski not quite breaking the DRS to Barry Kruger, but he's staying out. And he's not under threat of an overtake. Is Barry going to go for the pit? No, he's not. Barry thinks the medium tyres are fit to go on. You can probably see on the mini-map that Crackshot is going to have to overtake some cars in a bit. And if he can wait just a little bit longer, he shouldn't lose too much from that. Going wide, Ruminski is flashing now. He's pushing with all of his DRS. Blue flags, blue flags. Elliot Parker's spinning well in front of Ennis. Not entirely sure what happened there, but he's lost control of the car coming out in front of a Mercedes driver, and hopefully the blue flags don't happen again. Or he's driving inside Sully. I mean, okay, Elliot. Jack Bailey the next up to go for an overtake. I am showing Ero Ps. Barry Kruger into the pit lane. What's it going to be? Going for an overtake of Jack Bailey now is Elliot Parker. Barry Kruger obviously is going to pit onto the hard compound tyres. Leminski will be coming in shortly, you have to assume as well, as Jack Bailey has disconnected from the session. No!